Okay, so let's just dive right in. If you're an amazing designer, but you're just struggling to actually get clients, this one's for you. And look, the problem probably isn't your talent, your skill with the pixels. It's your strategy.
And yeah, this is the hard truth we've got to start with. This isn't some fluffy motivational quote. This is just reality. I mean, you can be the most incredible, gifted designer on the planet, but if you can't connect that talent to solving a client's actual problem, you're basically just a starving artist. And that doesn't pay the rent.
So, this is the big question, right? It is so frustrating to pour everything you have into your work and then just hear crickets. But here's the good news, okay? The answer isn't just get better at design. No. The answer is all about changing how you go about winning that work in the first place.
Okay, first things first. We have to tackle the single biggest myth that holds so many designers back. And it's a belief that's so common, most of us don't even realize we've completely bought into it. And here it is. This is the lie we tell ourselves. If I just practice a little more, if I just refine my skills, if I just make my portfolio absolutely perfect, then the clients will just show up. But they won't. They really won't. Success isn't about sitting around and waiting for it to happen. It's about having an active strategy.
So, how do we fix this whole thing? Well, it all starts with a huge mindset shift. You've got to stop thinking of yourself as just a creator of beautiful things and start seeing yourself as a valuable problem solver.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On the one hand, you say, I'm a graphic designer, and boom, you're just one face in a massive, faceless crowd. But on the other hand, you say, I design landing pages for coaches, and suddenly you're not a generalist, you're a specialist, you're an expert. And that simple shift in how you talk about what you do, that's what makes you stand out. And let's be honest, it makes you sound expensive.
And that is why having a niche is so incredibly powerful. It's not about boxing yourself in or limiting your creativity, not at all. Think of it as a sales tool. It just cuts through all the noise out there and basically screams to a potential client, hey, I get your exact problem. See, that kind of clarity, it creates confidence. And guess what? Confident clients are the ones who pull out their wallets. Okay, let's talk about your portfolio. Your single most important sales tool. And I'm going to be blunt. There's a very high chance you've built it completely wrong. Most of us, we build these gorgeous galleries that are really just designed to impress other designers. And this just shows the huge disconnect, right? We're over here geeking out about our perfect font pairings, our color theory, our slick Figma skills. But clients, honestly, they could not care less. What they care about is, what problem did this solve? Why was this design necessary? And what was the actual result it got for my business? Your portfolio has to be a sales tool, period, not an ego gallery. Okay, so we've nailed down your value. We've totally reframed your portfolio. Now what? You can't just sit back and wait for the magic to happen. It's time to go out there and interrupt some attention. We're moving from just hoping for the best to having a proactive strategy. Look, I know this one's a bit of a tough pill to swallow, but it's true. There isn't a single CEO out there scrolling the internet thinking, gosh, I really hope I just stumble upon a brilliant, totally unknown designer today. It's just not happening. They're busy, they've got their own problems, so your job is to interrupt them, politely of course, and by offering them real value. But what if you don't have a ton of client work to show off yet? No problem at all. You're going to create what I like to call an ethical fake case study. Here's how it works. Find a real brand, one with a website that's not great. Redesign a specific part of it, like their landing page. And then, here's the key. Write up a case study that explains all of your strategic fixes. This is how you prove you can solve business problems, not just make pretty pictures. Because really, that's what this all boils down to. A great case study isn't about showing off how cool your design looks. It's about demonstrating your strategic brain. That is what clients are actually paying for. And this same logic applies directly to how you reach out to people. That generic, hi, I'm a designer, I'd love to work with you message, yeah, that gets deleted in half a second. But what happens when you lead with a specific, valuable insight? Something like, hey, I noticed your call to action button is buried, and that's probably killing your conversions. Bam! You've just established your authority. You're not just some random person asking for a job, you're an expert offering a solution. All right, so we've got the mindset down. We've got some really powerful tactics, but look, one-off tricks don't build a sustainable career. So now we need to put all these pieces together and build a real, repeatable system for winning clients. And here's the thing. You don't need to go out and land a massive $50,000 project on day one. That's super intimidating. Instead, start smaller. Offer something that's high value for them but low risk. Think of these as small wins.
They're the absolute perfect way to build trust with a new client. And that trust, that's what eventually leads to the really big projects down the road.
Okay, we got to talk about social media. Because this is where I see so many talented designers just completely miss the mark. Your feed should not just be a highlight reel of your prettiest designs, it needs to be an educational resource for the exact client you want to attract.
Seriously, stop posting vibes and start posting results. So, instead of another aesthetic mood board, how about a video breaking down why this landing page fails to convert? Instead of just a cool trendy animation, what about a post on the 3 design mistakes that are killing your sales? This is the kind of content that actually attracts clients, because it proves you understand their problems and their world.
In all of this, it brings us to the ultimate mindset shift. You have to stop thinking of yourself as a freelancer who's desperately looking for clients. No, you are a business owner who is building a system. And that system is made up of consistent outreach, valuable content, and a killer offer. It's a predictable process, not just hoping you win the lottery.
I love this way of thinking about it. Your design skill, that's the engine. It's powerful, it's essential, it's what makes the whole thing run. But marketing, that's the fuel. And without fuel, that super powerful engine is just going to sit in the garage, right? Collecting dust. You absolutely need both to get anywhere. Which brings us to the final, really fundamental choice you have to make. Everything we've talked about today, it all boils down to this one: core identity shift.
And this is a question you have to ask yourself right now. Are you just a designer, or are you a business? Are you going to keep waiting around hoping someone discovers how talented you are? Or are you going to take control, build a real system, and start operating like the business that you truly are? Because here's the big secret. Clients are already out there. Right now, they are actively looking for a strategic partner who can solve their biggest problems. They are not looking for just another designer. They are looking for you, the business owner. So it's time to stop waiting. It's time to start acting like it.